tutti. Welcome back to my little kitchen here in Lecce in the south of Italy. My name is Francesco and today I was lucky enough to get some beautiful fresh zucchini blossom and I can never resist those, so I'm going to make something nice with them. I'm going to make a frittata using chickpea flour rather than eggs, not because I don't like eggs, but because I love chickpea flour. And the way that it turns out, it's going to be like a farinata, but without using the oil. It's way too hot for that. I'm going to season it with some pecorino cheese, some sun-dried tomatoes, fresh mint and nutmeg. So it's going to be really delicious. And it's only going to take about 10 minutes to make. So I hope you enjoy the recipe. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, do leave a comment below and do subscribe to the channel and follow me for more. Let's cook. For today's recipe you are going to need chickpea flour, zucchini blossom, grated pecorino cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, nutmeg, fresh mint and some good extra virgin olive oil. The first thing we need to do is to remove the ends from the zucchini blossoms and the stamens from inside, which are inedible. To do this, make a simple cut like so and you can pull the whole thing away in one piece. It's really easy. I needed 10 small zucchini blossom to make this single portion frittata. Once you've removed the ends of the blossoms, you're going to need to open them up carefully like so, because there may be some small insects and there will be some of the pollen from the stamens, which is a little bit bitter tasting. So we want to wash all of that out carefully. And we're going to do that under a running tap with cold water. Very simply, like so. Once you've rinsed off all of the blossoms, set them to one side to dry out a little, and in the meantime we can get busy with the other ingredients and preparing the batter. For one frittata we're going to need 2 small sun-dried tomatoes, which we're going to cut first into strips and then into a fine dice. We're also going to need 9 or 10 leaves of fresh mint, which we're also going to finely chop. And now with all of our chopping done, we can get busy with the batter. For this we're going to need 4 tablespoons of chickpea flour, to which we're going to add 1 tablespoon of grated pecorino cheese, the finely chopped mint, and the chopped sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to season with plenty of freshly ground black pepper and also the nutmeg, which I somehow forgot to film. We're then going to go in and add water little by little and turn this mixture into a batter. Keep stirring vigorously with a fork and add the water just a little at a time so that you don't make it too runny too soon. What you want is a nice pancake batter kind of consistency. We don't need to add any salt to the batter as we have the sun-dried tomatoes and the pecorino in there. They will season this just perfectly. Next, a little trick if you're not so handy with flipping over frittatas and pancakes. You can take some baking paper like this, dampen it under the tap, wring it out, and we're going to use this to line our pan when we go over to the stove. Make sure to wring out the paper well and then lay it in the pan with the heat turned off. You want to do this while the pan is cold, and then add a nice swirl of a good extra virgin olive oil, spread this around, and then we can begin to lay out our zucchini blossoms. Start from the outside and work your way around the pan and in towards the middle. Also, there's no need to fuss about this because I'd hoped it would turn out looking prettier, but it doesn't, so don't fret too much. Once you've laid out the zucchini blossoms, you can go ahead and add the batter, also starting from the outside and working your way into the middle, and cover all of the blossoms as evenly as possible. Use your spatula to clean out your bowl and also to spread those sun-dried tomatoes out all over the surface of the frittata. Add a last light sprinkle of pecorino over the top, and then you're ready to turn on the heat and start cooking. You want to keep the flame at a moderate level and let the frittata cook slowly in its own time. I say slowly, but it only takes 5 or 6 minutes, and you'll soon see it bubbling up in the middle, and if you tug on the edges of the paper, you'll see when it becomes firm. When it's firm enough, lift it out of the pan, and then you'll be able to slide your spatula underneath, as you just saw, add a little bit more oil to the pan, and then drop it back in upside down. Oh, and if you make a mess like I did, this chickpea flour does set very quickly and it's easy to scrape away. Keep the frittata moving so that it doesn't stick, keep patting it into shape, and after just 3 or 4 minutes, you're ready to serve. Sprinkle with a bit more finely grated pecorino cheese, and a few leaves of mint as a garnish, and there it is. Simple but delicious. As well as having a great flavour, the chickpea flour sets to a nice firm consistency and makes for really good eating. This is an absolutely wonderful summer dish, as you can see here. Buon appetito! Enjoy!